I'm Shorty Q, and if you knew what it do, I hope you come part of the Q crew. It's free to subscribe. This is about mental health type content, which all of them are. I hope you subscribe. I'll let you decide. So, I sound like I'm sounding depressing now, but I'm fine. I just had a lot on my mind about how I'm going to give this video. So let me tell you how I deal with depression and how to get out of it. I've never been diagnosed with any mental illness. I've only been pre-diagnosed, and I'm sharing how I always end up combating being fully diagnosed with any mental illnesses. So the way depression, like when you hear people say depression just seeps over you out of nowhere, you could be having a regular day and then you start getting like negative thoughts, or you just think about your situation and you start to feel low. And then you start to not do anything, and you'll start sitting in the bed and not moving, and you don't realize that you're having a depressive episode until you're out of it and it's like, oh wow, what just happened here? And people that never dealt with anything like this or don't want to admit it will talk down or say, you don't know, like basically they'll downplay what in the world are you talking about. And one of the symptoms is like not moving out of bed. Another symptom is not taking care of yourself, not taking showers. And a lot of people usually empathize when someone has gone without washing their hair for a very long time. And, because they understand. I've never gotten to that point to where I'm not taking care of my hygiene weeks on end. It may be like a couple of days that I haven't done my daily regimen, which is, floss, brush your teeth, and wash your face, like the norm. I did not know that was something that was considered self-care until recently, because it was just something I did every day. It's just something that it needs to be done, But I didn't think that some people don't do that or don't do any of that type of maintenance because they don't even care to care for themselves. And one of those things, like if you ever feel down and you have realized that you haven't done your regular maintenance in that morning, go do it. It helps. It picks you up. Go floss, brush your teeth, take your shower. Think of like when you're in a shower, meditate. Like think about washing yesterday off or washing away all those negative thoughts that you have. Just wash all of it away along with your body. Just cleanse it off. Think of it that way. That is something that I started to do in the shower. And, I never thought of a shower as a cleansing thing. Just, cleaning my body like you're supposed to on a daily. But when you think of it as like cleansing your body and like really like getting it off of you, it really helps. So think of it that way. Use it as a meditation type thing. Talking about meditation, I started doing meditation around 2020 when I had an anxiety hiccup that was unexpected. Now, a lot of people started going to therapy and things like that during 2020 because of what. If not, look it up. Google it. So everyone was sitting at home, couldn't go anywhere. And it really started to bother me. And I haven't had any anxiety issues. I knew what anxiety was and what it felt like immediately when I felt it. But I haven't had any anxiety since I was a child. And I knew as a child that that's what that was. As I gotten older. But as you know, in the 90s, all that was taboo. We didn't speak about those type things, right? So when I knew what it was and understood what it was, I didn't think anything else of it because I haven't had it over 20 years of having any episode of that. But they had a new program. They're giving out programs at most jobs where you're able to get like I think mine was I can't remember how many days, but we'll just give an example, like 8 days of a program where you can go and do some therapy sessions, and it was free through your job. And the one that my job had at the time was through Better Health. Now, Better Health is a very good resource when you have insurance, and they do have a good counselor. Well, that had a good counselor that was able to get me the exact type of therapist I needed at that time. I have heard that there's a lot of, I've heard that there was bad things said about Better Health, but in my personal opinion, I haven't had a bad one. I just wouldn't sign up for it if you don't have the money to pay, because if you're paying out of pocket, it is really high. I would suggest using your insurance and see if it works first before going through the program, which I know it takes you multiple steps to get to that point. But yeah, you won't get charged anything unless you put a card or something to it or go along with the program. So I don't know. Maybe I don't know what the issue may be, but I think a lot of people do not know about insurance and how to apply it, and they still think therapy is so extremely expensive or something out of the ordinary, or they can't, like, just pay attention to your policy on your insurance. Because if you already got insurance through your job marketplace, just look it up or call and ask your insurance. People make it more complicated than it needs to be. And I do have a video on this channel talking about insurance coverage. But I don't know. It's up to you to help yourself, right? Working out does help. Achieving your goals. Like, if you have been procrastinating on your goals, a lot of times when you got anxiety and depression, you stop doing those things. Actually work towards it a little at a time, and you'll feel a lot better, and then you'll just start to engulf yourself into it. So don't get stagnant because of depression. If you know you're feeling it coming on, or you feeling some type of way, go ahead and do your goals. Go ahead and do what you have to do. Because you know that feeling is what's stopping you from achieving what you want. And the reason why you're sad is because you feel like you shouldn't be doing or not getting the results that you are needing or wanting. But you have to be consistent and keep moving. So a lot of times as you go and just achieve some of your goals, you feel better. Hence why I do YouTube. There's a lot of reasons why I do YouTube. Inspiration. One of the things that helped me is that I don't have a lot of people that give me a lot of affirmations, and I'm always that person. I'm always that person that gives out that positivity or try to rear people around to not feel down, right? And I don't have that for myself most of the time. Understandable, it's fine. It is what it is. But I didn't realize how much of a help it was until I downloaded this motivational app. You guys see the quote all the time if you go through all the way through my videos, watch all my videos to the end, and there's a quote. Most of my quotes come from the motivational app. And I really enjoy this motivational app. I first got it and I was like, I'm going to try it out and see if it helps any. And it gives you it can send you affirmations 4 times out of the day. You can actually put in the time when you want to get the affirmations throughout the day. And you can select which type of motivations that you want, whether it be about anxiety, or about stress, or about succeeding something. It had a whole bunch of lists. But some of them are not available unless you pay for the subscription, which is like $2.49 a month is what it shows for right now. And it's $30 for the year right now. So, but I feel like if you want to and dive into all the other selections that it has available, I would suggest doing that. Because, and another thing, if you're on the app for free, you have to go back into the app physically in order for the notifications to keep pulling up on your screen. Did not notice that it was helping me. I had the app set up to send me affirmations throughout the day, and it stopped out of nowhere. I didn't pay no attention. I went throughout about my day, and I started to feel down or feel on edge, and I was just like, why do I feel like that? And the only thing I could think of that I have changed, that have added to my life, was those affirmations from my app. So I went back in there, had it start sending it to me again, because it gave me a notification that it will not send them anymore if you don't go into the app. Went to the app, started having it sent to me again, giving me some uplifting words, and I was good to go. Which is really interesting to me. I feel like now that I'm older, my lifestyle has changed. I'm always doing any and everything. You know, sometimes you need something different in your life. I don't need confirmation. I don't need anyone to give me, validation. But every now and then I would love to get some motivation, just like I do for other folks. So I'm considered the strong person. Everyone thinks that I'm doing fine no matter what because I'm the strong one. But every now and then I need help too. But anywho, for the strong ones, I suggest this app. Again, not sponsored. Being optimistic. I know sometimes it's very hard to be optimistic all the time. You can't do it any and every time and every day. You're trying to achieve a goal and you think negatively because you're not getting the results that you want from out of it. But God help those who help themselves. Keep moving, keep pushing. Keep going. Tap into your spirituality. God always takes care of you. Why would God stop now? You only stop in yourself because you are not doing the things that you need to do in order for those things to happen. I've always said that blessings are not blocked, but they are delayed by you. If you are not moving towards it, then it will be delayed due to your own accord. A lot of times when you pray, God has already has answered it, but God is working with you through your journey and preparing you for that blessing. So you have to be optimistic. One thing, so I won't forget, vitamin D. During COVID, vitamin D was very low, and it caused depression, ironically, if you don't have that on a regular basis. So if you're a person that has been inside a lot, been depressed for like over a week, you may be getting not enough vitamin D, and you may need to get some vitamins. Speak with your doctor, get tested, make sure that you're in the up and up. The music doesn't always help for me, like singing does. It goes hand in hand. Sometimes it's uplifting, but it's so short-lived for me these days. So, which is crazy because I guess writing helps more than the actual listening. But a lot of people are way more uplifted by listening all day long. So it used to be my jump when I was younger, but not so much now. So if that helps you, definitely, if you realize that that's something that keeps you happy and you haven't done it in a long time, put on some music, uplift yourself, and get your stuff done that you stated that you wanted to get done. One last thing that is the only other things that I could think of. A lot of times when I'm going through something, I just need to vent. I just need to confide in somebody. Find someone that you can trust, that you can confide in. And I tell you, everything that I was struggling or stressing about or thinking about, gone. It's all I needed. Most of the time, out of any of those things, I can go about my day as long as I got that vent out. And being on a text doesn't work for me. Sometimes, some people it may work. Was it texting, emailing, like messaging don't work. I gotta be on the phone and actually speak with you. I feel like it's so not personable, you know? I just want to get it off my chest and speak. Another thing is writing. Writing, scripting, scheduling, planning. That is definitely the big top two that gets me out of my anxiety, out of feeling some type of way, is writing, organizing in my planner, and confiding in someone. Done. I'm good. But when none of those things are working, because that's kind of what ended up happening when my vitamin D was low. When none of those things were working, something else was wrong. And when I spoke with a therapist and had my annual visit, that ended up being what it was. When my anxiety was up, which we're talking about depression, but I wanted to say it anyway. When my anxiety was up out of nowhere, I had too much caffeine in the coffee that I was drinking because nothing was working. Once that got regulated, everything else fell into play like it should. Sometimes it's your nutrition. But anywho, that's all I wanted to say. Just a quick video on depression and how to get out of it. I hope some of these tips helped you. I'm going to hopefully put in some key cards to give you a list of things of what can help. I may even put them in the description below to assist you as well. Remember, you guys, you are beautifully, wonderfully made. Only you can make that change. I'll see you guys on the next video. Deuces!
I'm sorry, did those glasses bother y'all? I do apologize if the glare was bothering y'all. I do. My eyes are bothering me. Been looking at a lot of screens today. So, I do apologize. I'll remember next time.